Louis Vuitton Malatier SAS, commonly known as Louis Vuitton, Louis XVI French, Louis Vuitton, is a French luxury fashion house and company founded in 1854 by Louis Vuitton. 1. The label's LV monogram appears on most of its products, ranging from luxury bags and leather goods to ready-to-wear shoes. 4. Perfumes, watches, jewelry, accessories, sunglasses and books. Louis Vuitton is one of the world's leading international fashion houses. It sells its products through standalone boutiques, leased departments in high-end department stores, and through the e-commerce section of its website. 5. 6. Louis Vuitton merged with Moët Hennessy in 1987 to create LVMH, of which it is a subsidiary. Louis Vuitton Malatier SAS LV Monogram LV New Wordmark Champs-Élysées flagship store, Paris company type subsidiary. 1. Industry fashion founded 1854, 171 years ago Paris, France founder Louis Vuitton headquarters 2 Rue du Pont Neuf 75001 Paris France 48.8593 degrees north 2. 3439 degrees east Key people Pietro Boccari, CHM, CEO, Delphine Arnault, VP, Nicolas Gasquire, CD, Women's, Pharrell Williams, CD, Men's, Products Handbags Accessories to wear shows watches jewelry revenue increase €14 billion, 2020, 2, number of employees 19,000, 2013, 3. Parent LVMH website louisvuitton.com Interior view of the Louis Vuitton flagship store in the Champs-Élysées for 6 consecutive years, 2006 to 2012, Louis Vuitton was named the world's most valuable luxury brand. Its 2012 valuation was $25 billion. 7. In 2013, the valuation of the brand was $28.4 billion with revenue of $9.40 billion. 8. The company operates in 50 countries with more than 460 stores worldwide. 9. Louis Vuitton has faced some episodes of criticism, continuous targeting due to its failures in ceasing forced labor. 10. 11. 12. Alleged mistreatment of its models in 2017, 13, and a series of strong polemics in Barcelona, Catalonia, due to sponsoring the 2024 America's Cup that involved an administratively opaque fashion show. 14, 15, 16, significant damages in the Parc Güell's UNESCO World Heritage Site. 17, and multiple citizen protests against the company. 18, 19, 20. History founding to World War II. See also, Louis Vuitton, designer. The Louis Vuitton label was founded by Vuitton in 1854 on Rue Neuve des Capucines in Paris. 21. Louis Vuitton had observed that the HJK Bosselite, 22, trunk could be easily stacked. In 1858, Vuitton introduced his flat-top trunks with Trianon canvas, making them lightweight and airtight. 21. Before the introduction of Vuitton's trunks, rounded-top trunks were used, generally to promote water runoff, and thus could not be stacked. It was Vuitton's grey Trianon canvas flat trunk that allowed the ability to stack them on top of another with ease for voyages. Many other luggage makers later imitated Vuitton's style and design. 6. The company participated in the 1867 Universal Exhibition in Paris. 21. In 1871, Oyama Iwao became the first recorded Japanese customer, ordering a set of luggage while in Paris as a military observer during the Franco-Prussian War. 23. To protect against the duplication of his look, Vuitton changed the Trianon design to a beige and brown stripes design in 1876. 6. By 1885, the company opened its first store in London on Oxford Street. 21. Soon thereafter, due to the continuing imitation of his look, in 1888, Vuitton created the damier canvas pattern, which bore a logo that reads Marque L. Vuitton Déposé, which translates into L. Vuitton registered trademark. In 1892, Louis Vuitton died, and the company's management passed to his son. 6. 21. After the death of his father, Georges Vuitton began a campaign to build the company into a worldwide corporation, exhibiting the company's products at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893. In 1896, the company launched the signature monogram canvas, 24, and made the worldwide patents on it. 6. 21. Its graphic symbols, including caterfoils and flowers, as well as the LV monogram, were based on the trend of using Japanese mon designs in the late Victorian era. 25. The patents later proved to be successful in stopping counterfeiting. In this same year, Georges traveled to the United States, where he toured cities such as New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago, selling Vuitton products. In 1901, the Louis Vuitton Company introduced the steamer bag, a smaller piece of luggage designed to be kept inside Vuitton luggage trunks. By 1913, the Louis Vuitton building opened on the Champs-Élysées. It was the largest travel goods store in the world at the time. Stores also opened in New York, Bombay, Washington, London, Alexandria, and Buenos Aires as World War I began. Afterwards, in 1930, the Keepall bag was introduced. During 1932, LV introduced the No bag. This bag was originally made for champagne vintners to transport bottles. Soon thereafter, the Louis Vuitton Speedy bag was introduced. Both are still manufactured today. 21. In 1936, Georges Vuitton died, and his son, Gaston Louis Vuitton, assumed control of the company. 21. World War II Nazi collaboration. During World War II, Louis Vuitton collaborated with the Nazis during the German occupation of France. The French book Louis Vuitton, a French saga, authored by French journalist Stéphanie Bonvicini and published by Paris-based Editions Fayard, 26, tells how members of the Vuitton family actively aided the Vichy government led by Marshal Philippe Pétain and increased their wealth from their business affairs with the Germans. The family set up a factory dedicated to producing artifacts glorifying Pétain, including more than 2,500 busts. Caroline Babul, a spokeswoman for the publisher, Fayard, said, "They have not contested anything in the book, but they are trying to bury it by pretending it doesn't exist." 27. Responding to the book's release in 2004, a spokesman for LVMH said, "This is ancient history." The book covers a period when it was family-run and long before it became part of LVMH. We are diverse, tolerant, and all the things a modern company should be. 27. An LVMH spokesman told the satirical magazine Le Canard Enchaîné, "We don't deny the facts, but regrettably the author has exaggerated the Vichy episode. We haven't put any pressure on anyone. If the journalists want to censor themselves, then that suits us fine." That publication was the only French periodical to mention the book, possibly because LVMH is the country's biggest advertiser in the press. 27. 1945 through 2000. See also, Louis Vuitton Cup, America's Cup, and LVMH. During this period, Louis Vuitton began to incorporate leather into most of its products, which ranged from small purses and wallets to larger pieces of luggage. In order to broaden its line, the company revamped its signature monogram canvas in 1959, 21, to make it more supple, allowing it to be used for purses, bags, and wallets. It is believed that in the 1920s, counterfeiting returned as a greater issue to continue on into the 21st century. 6. In 1966, the Papillon was launched, a cylindrical bag that is still popular today. By 1977, with annual revenue up to 70 million francs, $14.27 million US. 28. A year later, the label opened its first stores in Japan, in Tokyo and Osaka. In 1983, the company joined with America's Cup to form the Louis Vuitton Cup, a preliminary competition, known as an eliminatory regatta, for the yacht race. Louis Vuitton later expanded its presence in Asia with the opening of a store in Taipei, Taiwan in 1983 and Seoul, South Korea in 1984. In the following year, 1985, the AP leather line was introduced. 21. 1987 saw the creation of LVMH. 21. Moët Chandon and Hennessy, leading manufacturers of champagne and cognac, merged respectively with Louis Vuitton to form the luxury goods conglomerate. Profits for 1988 were reported to have been up by 49% more than in 1987. By 1989, Louis Vuitton came to operate 130 stores worldwide. 21. Entering the 1990s, Yves Carcel was named president of LV, and in 1992, Louis Vuitton entered mainland China by opening its first store in Beijing at the Palace Hotel. Further products became introduced such as the Taiga leather line in 1993, and the literature collection of Voyager Avec, in 1994. In 1996, the celebration of the centennial of the monogram canvas was held in 7 cities worldwide, 21. In 1997, Louis Vuitton made Marc Jacobs its artistic director, 29. In March of the following year, he designed and introduced the company's first Pret-a-Porter line of clothing for men and women. Also in this year, products introduced included the Monogram Vernis line, the LV scrapbooks, and the Louis Vuitton City Guide, 21. The last events in the 20th century were the release of the Mini Monogram line in 1999. The opening of the first store in Africa in Marrakesh, Morocco, in 2000. Finally, the auction at the International Film Festival in Venice, Italy, where the vanity case AMFAR designed by Sharon Stone was sold, with the proceeds going to the Foundation for AIDS Research, also in 2000. 21. 2001 to 2011. Louis Vuitton VIP room in Vienna for ordering custom-designed goods. By 2001, Steven Sprouse, in collaboration with Marc Jacobs, designed a limited edition line of Vuitton bags, 21, that featured graffiti written over the monogram pattern. The graffiti read Louis Vuitton and, on certain bags, the name of the bag, such as Keep All and Speedy. Certain pieces, which featured the graffiti without the monogram canvas background, were only available on Louis Vuitton's VIP customer list. Jacobs also created the charm bracelet, the first ever piece of jewelry from LV, within the same year, 21. In 2002, the Tambour watch collection was introduced, 21. During this year, the LV building in Tokyo's Ginza district was opened, and the brand collaborated with Bob Wilson for its Christmas window scenography. In 2003, Takashi Murakami, 21, in collaboration with Marc Jacobs, masterminded the new Monogram multicolor canvas range of handbags and accessories. This range included the monograms of the standard monogram canvas but in 33 different colors on either a white or black background. The classic canvas features gold monograms on a brown background. Murakami also created the cherry blossom pattern, in which smiling cartoon faces in the middle of pink and yellow flowers were sporadically placed atop the monogram canvas. This pattern appeared on a limited number of pieces. The production of this limited edition run was discontinued in June 2003. Within 2003, the stores in Moscow, Russia, and in New Delhi, India were opened, the Utah and Suwali leather lines were released, and the 20th anniversary of the LV Cup was held, 21. In 2004, Louis Vuitton celebrated its 150th anniversary. The brand also inaugurated stores in New York City, on Fifth Avenue, Sao Paulo, Mexico City, Cancun, and Johannesburg. It also opened its first global store in Shanghai. By 2005, Louis Vuitton reopened its Champs-Élysées store in Paris, designed by the American architect Erik Carlson, and released the Speedy watch collection. In 2006, LV held the inauguration of the eSpace Louis Vuitton on its 7th floor, 21. In 2008, Louis Vuitton released the Damier graphite canvas. The canvas features the classic Damier pattern but in black and gray, giving it a masculine look and urban feel. Also in 2008, Pharrell Williams co-designed a series of jewelry, blazon, and glasses for Louis Vuitton, 30. In 2010, Louis Vuitton opened what is described as their most luxurious store in London, 31. In early 2011, Louis Vuitton hired Kim Jones as its Men Ready to Wear studio and style director. He became the lead designer of menswear while working under the company-wide artistic directorship of Marc Jacobs, 32. On September 17, 2011, the company opened its Louis Vuitton Island Maison at Marina Bay Sands, Singapore, 33. 2012 to present. As of September 2013, the company hired Darren Spaziani to lead its accessory collection, 34. On November 4, 2013, the company confirmed that Nicolas Ghesquière had been hired to replace Marc Jacobs as artistic director of women's collections. Ghesquière's first line for the company was shown in Paris in March 2014, 35. On April 7, 2014, Edouard Schneider became the head of press and public relations at Louis Vuitton under Frederick Winkler, who is Vuitton's Communications and Events Director, 36. On March 26, 2018, Virgil Abloh was named Artistic Director of Men's Wear, replacing Kim Jones, who had departed for Dior, 37. He was the label's first African-American artistic director and one of few black designers of a major European fashion house, 38. His debut show was held at the 2018 Paris Men's Fashion Week and staged in the historical Palais Royal Gardens courtyard, 39, 40. On November 28, 2021, Abloh died of cardiac angiosarcoma, which he had been battling privately for 2 years prior, 41. LV was in the first place in the Brand's top 10 most valuable luxury brands in 2019, with a worth of $47.2 billion. On January 15, 2020, the company acquired the Suolo diamond, which is the third largest rough diamond ever found in history, from Lucara Diamond, who mined it from their mine in Botswana, 42, 43, 44, 45. In March 2022, LVMH announced closure of its 120-plus stores in Russia, given the current circumstances in the region, 46, due to the Russo-Ukrainian war. An LVMH spokesperson stated the company would continue to pay salary and benefits to its 3,500 employees in Russia, 46. On February 14, 2023, Pharrell Williams was named Creative Director of Men's Wear, 47. In March 2025, announced the launch of a cosmetic and beauty line, called La Beauté Louis Vuitton, with British makeup artist Pat McGrath as its creative director, 48, 49. The collection has been in development for 4 years and is expected to include 55 lipsticks, 8 eyeshadow palettes and 10 lip balms, 50, 51.